How you doing? This is Ugster here. I'm in Fox's kitchen right now, and a bunch of my friends and people on IRC have been getting smartphones, and a bunch of different ones out there now, and I thought I'd just give a basic rundown of the programs and stuff that I use that make running and using Windows Mobile a little bit less Windows. I'll start off with a program called Total Commander. This is available for both Pocket PC, smartphone, and there's a paid version for Windows 98 and XP. Smartphone and Pocket PC versions are free. You can see here it's a lot better than the built-in file manager that comes with Windows Mobile. It has the ability to open and browse zip files as well as unzip. I don't think it has the capability to... Yeah, you can zip files with it and send by infrared. If you have a portrait orientation, you can have two windows. That'd probably be easier with a widescreen, whatever. So, basic file browser does everything I need, really. It's a lot easier to use. The layout's a lot less clunky than built-in file manager. So, Total Commander, I use that just about every day. Makes life a lot easier. Next one, this is something I really thought should have been in Windows Mobile to begin with, but it's Microsoft we're talking about here. I am not surprised. It's just kind of annoying. Copy-paste utility. There's a program called Vedo Copy-Paste. It's a freeware program. All the programs I'm showing today are freeware. I only use one or two programs that are paid for that I regret purchasing. But anyway, here's Vedo Copy Paste. Basically, I'm just opened up a text editor, which I'll get into in a minute. Just whatever, and then you hold down the silver center key here. You can copy it, paste. You also have selection mode. You can just use the arrow key, the directional pad to select a bunch of characters, copy, and paste. I use this a lot for URLs and chunks of text that I just want to copy and put somewhere else. Again, I don't know why they didn't put it in Windows Mobile 5. I don't think it's in 6 either, but it's something that should have been there. It sets itself to start up when you start the phone, and it's really useful. WM5 storage. Again, I can't really show this one off, but it basically takes your phone and the storage card, and instead of showing up as an active sync device, it shows up as a mass storage device. Let me see if I can find it here. It speeds it up a little bit when you're transferring files. It's not a huge difference. Over ActiveSync file browsing and moving files to and from the device is painfully slow. This makes it a little bit faster, but I'd still recommend if you're going to use an SD card. I'm not going to take that out, that'll probably screw it up. If you're going to use an SD card, or my Moto Q uses a mini SD card. So I'd recommend getting a card reader and just plug it in through USB, or if you've got one built in, it's a heck of a lot faster than trying to transfer files through the phone. I'm not sure if it's like that with all Windows Mobile phones, but for my Moto Q it is, and from what I've seen, the Q9M and C are the same way. Just hardware limitation, whatever. WM5 Task Manager. The phone does have a built-in task manager. Let me find that. It's not very full-featured. There isn't all that much to it. Yeah, here it is. It shows all the tasks that are running, which I have a lot because I've been screwing around with the phone all day. Not a lot of options. Kill all, whatever, refresh. It sucks, basically. So another freeware program is called WM5 Task Manager. Works for all Windows Mobile 5 smartphones and, as far as I know, Pocket PC. It takes a little bit to load up. It's a little bit bloated, but it works well.
What about on Windows Mobile 6?
It should. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Because Linux has been asking a whole fuck ton of Windows. Will it run on Windows Mobile 6?
Anything that runs on Windows Mobile 5 for smartphone should work on Windows Mobile 5, Pocket PC, and Windows Mobile 6. That's just generally how it works. If it doesn't, there's ways around it. Yeah, this is the program. It shows you battery life, memory, RAM, system memory, that's actual hard memory you can access on the phone, and memory on the storage card. And don't have much running, but you can go to task processes. It'll show you all the background. It should, but like I said, I have a lot of crap running, so it's just taking a dump right now. That's, yeah. Another one, if you have a long commute to school or work or whatever, program called mDictionary or mDict or mDic, whatever. It's basically a text viewer. There's a lot of charts, graphs, ebooks. There's an entire wiki database that you can download. It's about 160 megs. I'll put a link in the show notes on where to get it. It's really useful if you don't have an internet connection and you're just curious as to what the word lozenge means. Lozenge. You can just kind of look it up. Lozenge.
Lozenge.
So that's it. It's all text, but lozenge is a parallelogram, which usually has two yeah, you get the idea. There's Webster's Dictionary. I have an Elements database, which I can't say that I use all that often, but it's there. And you just search, like, just do a Google search, mDict databases or files or whatever, and it'll come up with a crapload of results. It's a useful program. Another one that I was showing earlier is WordPad. I think Ornetta makes it. Could be wrong, but it's just like the WordPad on your Windows XP desktop. It lets you put in HTML. It has everything pre-edited and stuff there. A lot of different options and inserts that you can put in. I won't go too deep into that, but it works a lot better than what's built in, which is nothing. Yeah, that's that. Here's something that I found. I haven't seen it in too much use, but it's a really, really cool program. It replaces your default home screen. You can set it to start up with Windows, so instead of showing whatever home screen you have, you don't have to screw with XML or picture files or anything. It's an awesome graphical interface. It works really well on MyQ. It shows a calendar, tasks. It'll go to the respective Windows Mobile task or program, whatever. Task appointments, it'll give you the weather, you put in your zip code and it just shows it up right there. I haven't gotten too far into this just because to me it gets in the way a little bit, but you can customize it, and I just haven't had the time or effort to really put in all the applications, but it shows, it's a lot cleaner and easier to use. I'm just used to, you get used to the button presses and everything. You can just do it with your eyes closed after a while. Yeah, everything's right there. It's easy to use. It has a bunch of different features. I think it has a built-in task manager as well. You can change all the basic settings, battery, ringtones and stuff, individual device volume and ringtone volume settings. It'll automatically update it. You can lock it easily, and I can't remember how to unlock it. So that's Point UI. I'll put a link to that in the show notes too. They're still actively working on it. They just recently came out with the version for smartphones. It was primarily Pocket PC before that, and you needed to have a touchscreen device, but now it works completely on directional pad. Pocket UI has a built-in weather program, but I don't want to have to start that up when I just want to find out what the temperature is going to be like. Not that I trust weathermen or weather women at all anyway, but it's good to have a good ballpark figure of what it's going to be like, so you don't go outside wearing a t-shirt and it's snowing. Because I've done that. So a program I used recently is called Weather Watcher. You just put in your zip code, downloads it from weather.com, I believe. Takes a little bit to start up, but it shows 7-day forecast, detailed, shows weather maps and current conditions and satellite views and all that happy crap. And it's taking longer than it should to load. But it's pretty useful to give you a general idea of what the weather's going to be like. Like I said, I don't trust the Weather Channel or any weather program for that matter because it's screwed me over way too many times. So there you go. Now I know that it's going to rain all weekend. Awesome. Thanks God. Last program for general purpose applications is going to be JBed Java. It's a Java emulator. Another thing they really should have put in the first place, but for whatever reason didn't, for licensing issues or because Microsoft hates Java or whatever. There's a couple of them out there. There's an IBM Java environment, which I used for a while. It's not as full-featured as this one, This is called Esmertech, is the company name, I think. Yeah. This is the latest version. I can't remember where I got it, but I have the cab files, and I'll put them up somewhere. Yeah, exit. Yeah, thanks, goodbye. Yeah, this is the basic Java emulator. You can install from your local files. It'll search your local files and stuff for jar or JAT files, or you can actually put in a URL and just have it download right from the site for Google Maps or whatever. It's really useful. I mean, you can play games and stuff on it. It doesn't have full hardware level control, so you can't use it for Bluetooth applications. From what I've seen on the Motorola Q, you're pretty much screwed because it uses the Broadcom Bluetooth profile. Yeah, chipset.
Bluetooth stack?
Yes. Yeah. Use the Broadcom Bluetooth stack, and just about all the blue jacking, blue snarfing, whatever other blue crap you can think of works only with the MS Bluetooth stack on smartphones, from what I've seen. If you can find one that works on Broadcom, please let me know, because I've done a lot of searching and I can't for the life of me find one. Multimedia. There's a lot out there. It just takes a little bit of looking for. The Motorola Q has about a 315 megahertz processor in it. Not the most powerful in the world, but you can do some cool stuff with it. One of the programs that I found is called Pocket Caster. This will actually take your internal camera and it'll broadcast it to a website. I've actually done this a couple times on IRC. It just starts up the camera and it transmits it right to the internet. It's like a live webcam from your phone. So as long as you have battery life and a decent connection, it will transmit to the ComView website, and you can make different videos public or private, and you can just go to a URL. It's like comview.com/theugsterswebcast or something like that, and it'll put it up there. So you just hit start and it starts recording. Quality is not the best. The Motorola Q has a 1.3 megapixel camera with really crap codecs, and I haven't found a way to hack around that. There's a couple different bit rate increases, but it's not all that great. So there it is. It works. And it can be useful if you're in a pinch and you need to record something, but you don't want it on the device itself.
Squad.
Alright, the next program is called Shozu, or Shazoo, whatever. It's the only program I found that'll direct upload right to Picasa, or YouTube, or Google Video, or about 30 other websites. You have to configure it once. You have to do configuration online. But once you get the basics set up, it's really simple to add sites, and like you can take a picture. The best way to show this, yeah, you just open your camera application, and you take a picture. Yeah, there's the camera. Awesome. It takes the picture, and instead of going to, save this picture, whatever, it shows you, do you want to send this picture to, send to Picasa Web, yes or no. And it'll say, you can go through whatever, send to email, send to other, and you can specify where you want to send it, and it'll send it to a special folder on Picasa, YouTube, whatever. That's the easiest way that I found to directly upload files to an online picture, video, music, whatever sharing site.
You're also telling me that the Q can't natively send pictures as MMS.
The Sprint Motorola Q cannot now. It doesn't. It's a problem on Sprint side. The Motorola Q has the capability to send